feeding and feeding. If you miss this one great event, you are not going to get the result that you're looking for. In capsicum, just like other horticultural crops, you need to feed them. Either you are doing it organically or you are doing it inorganically. You have to feed, no compromising on that. And just a week after transplanting my capsicum, I am applying my first fertilizer. They're already competing with the weeds, but now I want to apply the fertilizer, then do the weeding. I'm not going to wait to do the weeding, then apply the fertilizer. I want to do the weeding, and as I'm adding up. And first thing first, there is a starting fertilizer, there is a top dressing fertilizer. We start with a strong phosphorus fertilizer. Please note this, it's a strong phosphorus fertilizer. In the ratio of fertilizers, because all the fertilizers have ratios like NPK, there is a ratio in NPK. The phosphorus should be strong. You can get a balanced one, but I prefer a strong phosphorus. This is because the crop is at this point is in need of a lot of phosphorus, needs a lot of nitrogen, and also needs other trace elements. With me here, I have a very good fertilizer with me, as you can see. A very good fertilizer that I'm going to apply today. And I've gone for the breaded fertilizer, for NPK breaded fertilizer. An NPK with a ratio of 10, 25, 10, with trace elements, with calcium, with zinc, with magnesium, and of course with sulfur. Let me show you how to operate the fertilizer, then I tell you the reason why I go for breaded fertilizer. The application, or my application rate, I usually go for 10 grams per plant as per now. You can do up to 15, but not more than 15. But I usually prefer a top dress when the crop has a very good root network. That's when I prefer to increase my fertilizer percentage. So for now, I'm going for 10 grams. And how do I know my 10 grams? This is the gadget that I'm using as 10 grams gadget. This will give me not less than 10 grams. It gives around 10 to 15. This one. So, one full of this is 10 grams. So, that 10 grams of fertilizer. You can take a wing scale and weigh the fertilizers, and you're going to get approximately 10 grams. Because I've realized when I'm using my hand, I'm exceeding, I'm underfeeding, so I decided to have a uniform feeding gadget, and this is what I'm using at the moment. In the near future, I'll get now the spoon, the electric spoon that gives me exactly the amount of fertilizer that I'm looking for. But for today, this is what I use. So I'm applying the fertilizer, and then after application, I cover the fertilizer. So this is how I'm applying the fertilizer. So it's there, the stem. You see? Here the stem. At the stem there, you see? At the stem. At the stem. Here the stem. You see how I'm doing it? At the stem. At every stem. Now, after this, I come and cover the fertilizer. I'm covering the fertilizer. This is because I want to retain all the nutrient, all the nutrient specifically for that one crop. So I cover the fertilizer that way. I cover my fertilizer. You see? It's as simple as that. It could have been easy if I was plowing today, because now I would use the jembe. I would have used the jembe to cover my fertilizer. So that's how I'm covering my fertilizer. I don't leave it on the surface. It's as simple as that. Applying the fertilizer and covering. So it will be done the whole of the farm, step by step, and every plant must get its good share, or must get equal share. So I was telling the NPK that I'm using the braided fertilizer with hen, which is 10, phosphorus of 25, that's my strong phosphorus, and a K of 10. Then there is calcium in it, there is magnesium in it, there is zinc, and there is sulfur. The reason why I went for this fertilizer is because in most cases this soil may be somehow acidic. Calcium now comes and balances and makes sure there is good absorption of phosphorus because of the acidity levels of the soil. And now that means my phosphorus, all my phosphorus will be absorbed. The acidity or any challenge in the soil will be taken care of by the calcium. Also calcium, you know, it's very important when it comes to development of the crop. And then the early sulfur allows absorption of all the nutrients. Sulfur is first absorbed by the plant, and it gives now the plant the urge to absorb all the nutrients. As you all know, the phosphorus is immobile nutrient. It just stays there. If the plant doesn't go to look for phosphorus, the phosphorus never travels to look for the plant. So with help of phosphorus in the plant, the plant becomes vigorous, and it is able to take the phosphorus, which is very key and very important at this stage. Hope you're learning. Hope you've got the tips, or you know what how now to work with the fertilizers. I remind you again, it's the NPK 10, 25, 10, or any strong phosphorus that is in your nearest agrovet. Get it and apply it as your first fertilizer. This is the first application. This is the first feeding of my capsicum. More to come, and I will be sharing with you. If this is your first time you're watching me, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that we can continue learning and growing together. Bye.